What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So it's Friday, it's the weekend, we made it. But before we move on, I just want to call out a scammer who was in my comments yesterday in my video. It is so difficult to get all these scammers constantly, but I just wanted to let you guys know I will never be down in the comments doing ETH giveaways. I don't do them on Twitter. You know, if I'm ever doing a giveaway, it'll be me in front of the camera saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. All right, so please do not fall for this, and thank you, Luke, for pointing this out, because now these guys are getting super clever. They come in waves, right? So you see Crypto Zombie looks just like me, has the logo, doing an ETH giveaway, and then, you know, they actually have comments underneath that say, thank you, Crypto Zombie, you're the best YouTuber ever. I'll share this with all my friends who have ETH and crypto right now. I told my brother who had 150 ETH, he sent 50 ETH. No, this is just an elaborate scam. Ignore it. Okay, just for anyone that's new, please do not get scammed. Okay, moving on, having a look, we are seeing a little bit of red across the market. Since I woke up this morning, we fell about $2 billion, really nothing too major, but Bitcoin is now sitting around 3,785, Ethereum 148, XRP 35 cents, which is interesting because we didn't really see much fall in the Bitcoin dominance. It stayed pretty level, which usually you don't see as prices tend to pull back. But if we have a look at the biggest gainers of the day, we have Repo up 50%. I've never heard of that. Chainlink 12%. Our good old buddy TydeCoin up 8%. ARK, Odom, Basic Attention Token. And then really not too many gains here. As you can see, Icon 0.2%. But like I said, the one thing I do always stress is if you guys are in the markets already, you can switch this. You see there's a lot of red, right? If you switch it to the Bitcoin comparative, you'll actually find that there's some coins in green. Not all of them, but some of them, which means that your coin is doing fine. It's just that Bitcoin took a hit and dragged down the percentage. So just something I always recommend for people who are just getting into it. Having a look right here, we're still doing that sideways pattern. We're trying to break out, you know, we're trying to go back up to this $5,500 level, but there's a chance we could go down to 3,100 possibly. Maybe even by the time this video comes out. Who knows, right? That's the beauty of crypto. It's so volatile. But if we have a look at pretty much what Omkar Godboll has been saying, he says that he thinks this could be a bear trap, which is something we don't usually hear too much, right? So basically we've pulled back from around, you know, that 4,200. So he talks about low volume price pullback is widely considered a sign of weak buyers exiting the market and hence considered insignificant. The recent drop, therefore, is likely a temporary correction, and the bearish to bullish trend change signaled by the 3-day chart on December 20th is still valid. Also, yesterday was proof of keys day. We had a look at the volume. The volume was dropping off a lot of these exchanges, so that could have a lot to do with it as well, right? I mean, it was a very massive shift in the volume and where the actual liquidity was. A lot of people were putting it in their wallets and holding it for the day. So the bullish case, however, would weaken if Bitcoin dips below 3,550, which it could. Okay, just going to point that out there. So basically, these are the charts we're looking at right here. And scrolling down, Bitcoin's low volume drop from the recent high above 4,200 isn't really a big deal. Temporary correction. Bitcoin remains on the hunt for a breakout above 4,000. The bulls, however, need progress soon, as repeated failure to take out the 50-day moving average of 3,900 could prove costly. And it does, in fact, look, if we go back here, I mean, look, every time we come up here, we just nope, 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 nope. Right? But the thing that I did point out the other day is we are seeing lower highs, right? So that's something to keep in mind as well. But, you know, just obviously nobody knows, but that's what's going on right now. Now, talking about proof of keys, how did this affect the markets? Well, it actually had a little bit of an effect on it. So if we come over here, one interesting thing is they actually added a section, if you scroll down, and it says, wait, where is it? It's down here. Yeah, here you go. Failures during proof of keys. So they have Roger Ver talking about Mt. Gox, HIP BTC, which we spoke about, freezing accounts, Bitfinex, and also Poloniex as well, Coinbase, Robinhood, which we'll get into this in all just a second. So having a look at this article, let's see which ones actually held up and which ones didn't. Now, the one thing I wanted to point out before we even go into it is speaking on the volume situation. If you go back to CoinMarketCap, now you see right here, you can switch from cryptos, which is what we always look at when we come here, or you can go to exchanges. I mean, it's pretty much unanimous across the board. With the exception of, Bitmart and LBank. But look, a lot of these guys are experiencing double-digit reds. Bitfinex 23%, HIP BTC 23%, not surprised. So, excuse me, guys. Having a look at that, you can see that there was a lot of volume that got lost off these exchanges. So, moving down over here, obviously, in addition to HIP BTC, some other exchanges also had issues leading up to or on the day of the event. So, you had Purcell, they halted withdrawals as well, with no explanation whatsoever. Robinhood promised to support proof of keys, but it looks like they didn't. You see right here, it said coin withdrawals at this time. We don't support them, though we plan to do so in the future. Then some people were having some issues with Poloniex as well. And, they go on to say one thing is for sure, several exchanges are probably falsifying their trading volume for advertising purposes. One less notable figure in the crypto community alleges that nearly all exchanges have to be lying about their volume due to the actual nature and size of the market. So obviously proof of keys certainly had an effect on the markets, as we can see right here. And you see I had this loaded from a little bit earlier, right before we took that dip. So I guess Bitcoin dominance did go up 0.2%, but nothing really major. So before we move on, I just wanted to show you guys this really funny video, and then I wanted to get into some what came out of Weiss Ratings and what they're predicting is going to happen. But how cool is this? So basically, these guys are playing arm wrestling, and they have their crypto wallet set up so that when the other person, if you lose, you automatically send the money to the other person. Check this out. It's pretty clever. Look. So they're duking it out. Look, watch. This guy loses, and boom. Look at that, the money gets sent. How cool is that, right? Now that would be, I think it would be cooler if you could do it with like an Apple Watch though or something, I think rubber banding a phone to your hand is a little ridiculous, but we might have just found the next killer app, guys. Maybe, possibly. So, all right, moving on, I wanted to talk about, this came out from Weiss Crypto Ratings. Now, a lot of people have their opinions on Weiss Crypto Ratings. Listen, no one's Nostradamus here, but I do want to bring this out because they've recently gotten into the whole crypto field, and although some of their ratings are really, really off, I mean, I remember Bitcoin was like really low on the list at one point, but anyway, so this is what they say. They go on to say, before we provide our answers, all investors should be aware that 2018 was a disaster only in terms of market price declines. In terms of fundamental underpinnings of the space, it was a year of major progress. And that's what we've been saying. Price in 2018 sucked. It was horrible. Everybody got wrecked. But development, infrastructure, building, that blasted off, really. I mean, I saw so many projects working on so much in the background. They go on to talk about Hashgraph, an innovative approach that takes us beyond blockchain. Holochain, also based on a non-blockchain approach. Bitcoin launched its Lightning Network. EOS mainnet was introduced. And investors finally recognized the extremely poor protections that utility tokens provide. Also a positive change for the underlying health of the market. So let's see what their predictions were. Prediction number one, or forecast as they put it. Forecast number one, Bitcoin will increasingly be used as a store of value. Yeah, probably. I agree. They say Bitcoin is on its way to becoming a veritable digital gold. So they say it costs virtually nothing to store, extremely efficient to transport, secure, and cannot be confiscated by any government. So I think we can all pretty much agree Bitcoin is a store of value. I mean, some people might say, oh, it went from 20K down to whatever, but guys, let's still look at where it's come over the past years. Number two, we have the price of Bitcoin will rise again and head for new all-time highs. I also agree with this. They go through 2015, Bitcoin had suffered 4 bear markets with declines of 70% or more. Each time the so-called experts wrote an obituary, but each time Bitcoin recovered and embarked on a new bull market that delivered average gains of 6,300% from bottom to peak. Where are you going to get that in any traditional assets, okay? They say what few people recognize is that thanks to the 2018 price declines, most of the weakest hands in the market have departed. Meanwhile, stronger diehard believers have held firm or even accumulated more Bitcoin. I mean, I've accumulated more, that's for sure. And also, one thing I'd like to add is a lot of those scams too. We kind of flushed the market out of all that crap as well. They say in 2019, much as it did after prior bear markets, Bitcoin will again rise up and head for new all-time highs. Forecast number 3. Select altcoins will rise from relative obscurity to as much as 20 times their previous all-time highs. So they say altcoins are typically less well-known and less liquid, but among them, a select few with superior technology will get traction in the real world with increasing adoption. They will ultimately return to their all-time highs, and some could rise a lot further to as much as 20 times their prior peaks. I think it's going to be hard. I do, for a lot of these altcoins to reach their all-time highs, but the guys that are out there really working, and like I said, you know, that next killer dApp, or I should say that first killer dApp, right? That could definitely provide massive gains if you pick the right coin. Just curious, guys, are there any coins that you guys are looking at? I mean, projects that you personally believe have really strong infrastructure and actually have a chance to be one of these 20x coins? Drop it below in the comment. I'd love to hear some of your suggestions, and maybe we'll put together like a top 10 type video, even though I hate those because inevitably, oh, you're shilling. But I mean, you know, maybe from a fundamental perspective, we could objectively put together a list. I think that would be kind of cool. So also, they say that a select group of cryptos will compete to build a new kind of internet. So coins like EOS, Cardano, Holochain, and others are currently leading the charge to create Internet 3.0, a more secure and more sustainable World Wide Web. If the most advanced cryptocurrencies succeed in creating Internet 3.0 as proposed, they could someday be worth trillions of dollars in market cap. A couple other projects that I think they could have put in here was things like Elastos, okay? Elastos is definitely helping to build that infrastructure for Web 3.0, and things that haven't even come out yet, like Block Cloud, they want to just completely redesign the whole TCP IP layer, so a lot of different solutions when it comes to that. NOS, you know, they're also doing it as well. Then they say another select group of cryptocurrencies will disrupt the world of banking. By the way, this is number 5, okay? There's 7 total. This is number 5. So they say Bitcoin was created to be a new kind of digital payment network, but has so far failed to achieve that goal. However, Ripple's XRP and Stellar are rising to the challenge. They have the potential to disrupt financial markets, remittances, wire transfers, and much more. So Ripple's XRP in particular is aiming to disrupt SWIFT, the giant payment network of the global banking system. It can manage to chip away at SWIFT's market share and even replace it in some areas. There's a chance that XRP could eventually become the world's #1 cryptocurrency. Now, I know a lot of people out there are like, that's crazy, XRP will never be #1. I'm not saying it's going to be #1, okay? This whole space is based on adoption. Bitcoin's #1 because it's been around the longest and it's been adopted the most, right? But if something else gets adopted more people start using it, then it has more of a demand, well, things could change. So you can't really rule out anything at this point. It's still so early. Also, a lot of these Bitcoin copycats are going to fade away. This is number 6, by the way. You know, a lot of these, I mean, how many Bitcoin copycats do you have? You have Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin, just so many, right? And then they talk about these and they say, you know, unfortunately, many cryptos are going to disappear for the simple reason that they bring virtually nothing new to the table. And they list a few that are in the top 10. They say Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, and even Litecoin. No, not Litecoin. Why? But hey, you know, guys, I mean, once Bitcoin gets all these upgrades, it's, you know, you got to ask yourself, why would we need these other ones? And then also they say new coins will rocket to the top 10, which of course, I mean, if you just go to the top 10 from last year, well, not last year, because that was literally 4 days ago, but you know what I mean, 2017, you'll see that the top 10 never stays the same, okay? It's always evolving, it's always changing. So I definitely think there's going to be some new coins in the top 10. And it's going to be an exciting year moving forward. So that is what they have to say. That is Weiss Ratings. Let me know down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? How do you feel about this, okay? Very curious to start this discussion. Now, moving on, I want to talk about this. So we have Wall Street pouring $24 billion into crypto. So this is coming from Goldman Sachs-backed Circle. They are reporting a whopping $24 billion in demand from institutional investors in 2018. The company says its over-the-counter crypto business executed more than 10,000 trades throughout the year with 36 different crypto assets. Now, I just want to put that into perspective. $24 billion. Well, let's go back to the markets and see. Let me switch this back to dollars. So $24 billion. Look at that. Bitcoin's only worth 66 right now. 24 right? That's crazy. That's like almost a third. It's not a third. Well, anyway, it's a lot. It's a lot, okay? So moving on, they say that our OTC trading business Circle Trade has continued to expand despite the terrible 2018 that we had. We onboarded a record number of new institutional clients, grew our trading operations to 24/7 with coverage in the US, Europe, and Asia, and added significant workflow improvements, including the launch of our RFQ electronic API. Circle Trade has become a core liquidity provider to the entire crypto ecosystem, including miners, exchanges, project developers, and foundations, and to the new crypto asset investor base of VCs, crypto funds, hedge funds, and family offices all around the world. So, according to Circle, the firm now partners with over 1,000 institutional clients such as exchanges, token projects, over-the-counter desks, asset managers, and other global endowments. But wait, I forgot, Bitcoin's dying. No one's interested. Anyway, they go on to say, this year we anticipate further incremental growth in institutional adoption catalyzed by stablecoin usage, advancements in institutional custody solutions, increasing regulatory clarity, particularly in the US, and improvements and innovation in core crypto infrastructure. Now, if you guys want to read the whole article, the article itself is really, really long. But, here it is right here, okay? I'll drop this whole thing below in the description, and you guys can read this. And I just want to point out, guys, Apple lost $61 billion off its market cap today. Bitcoin's total market cap is $67 billion. Well, it's like 66 today, okay? But anyway, a single company lost as much value in a day as Bitcoin is worth in total. Still think you're late to the party? I think not. Now, this is pretty cool. Cool, funny, however, but check this out. So, TydeCoin. Have you guys heard of this? TydeCoin? All right, so this is another one of those kind of like educational things to get people aware. So, you go to this website, TydeCoin, cool, you're scrolling down, what do you guys do? Now's a chance to get in on the ground floor of an exciting new way to think about investing in local businesses. TydeCoin is the future of sustainable investing, all right? Here you go down the white paper, investment levels, look at all these token. We've got to love ICOs when they give 50% token discounts, right? Because they're not going to dump that on the market. Here we go. Meet our team, right? Like all professional. Cool. Yeah, great. Nice. Stay in the loop. All right, great. So how do I invest? Well, you go over here to click invest and what's this? Congratulations. Welcome to the section of TydeCoin portal where we let you in on a little secret. This ICO won't be paying dividends to investors anytime soon because it's fake. That's right, guys. So this is from New Brunswick, and the reason that they put this out is they wanted to show people how to be able to analyze things that give off red flags. So they have red flag, promising guaranteed returns, red flag, time pressure to invest, red flag, intentionally anonymous transactions and limited transparency. So it's kind of cool for people just getting in the space. Maybe you haven't really looked into a lot of ICOs or websites and stuff like that, and this kind of helps you to figure out some of those red flags. And I think it's really cool that, they're taking time to do this and educate people even in a funny way like this. So that's just really cool moving forward. Now, guys, before we go on any farther, can we please just talk about this? So yesterday, to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Bitcoin, Bitcoin SV released their brand new logo. Yeah, okay, well, let's see what people are saying. Bravo, but it has hints of cheap imitation knockoff. I wonder why. Wow, amazing designer. I would never have gotten this idea. Wow, that looks amazing. What's the color? Yellow? Radical. Looks almost like nothing we've ever seen before. Wait. Okay, so yeah, this is their new logo, as if people aren't confused enough. I mean, geez, back here with the whole Bitcoin Cash thing, originally Bitcoin Cash was yellow, they added this around the edges, then they took it away, then they made it green. I don't know. I mean, just stop confusing people already. Anyway, so yeah, there's the new Bitcoin SV logo. Also, keeping on the topic of Bitcoin SV, it turns out that Coinbase clearly has still yet to give the Bitcoin Cash holders their Bitcoin SV from the Bitcoin Cash hard fork that happened on November 15th. Now, people are pissed off because this is quite some time ago, and a lot of these guys missed out on, those gains that you were able to get because, remember, it had that massive spike. Everyone's like, well, I'm just sitting here waiting for my coins, and I could have dumped them, but now they're not worth as much as they were because you guys can't get them to me, which is really weird because how like, what is taking Coinbase so long? It's not that hard. The coins fork. You have the accounts. You just give them to those people, right? I mean, you're able to add all these new tokens, right? We have like Decentraland and Golem and Civic and all these tokens being added, but you can't figure out how to give people their Bitcoin SV. I don't know, just saying. I mean, Poloniex, they had it pretty much figured out. They did it for the pre-fork. They allowed people to essentially split their coins. It was centralized, clearly, but the cool thing was you could almost trade futures on it, and some people were able to dump their SV before it was even on the blockchain, and they actually made some gains on it. Some people have actually written into Coinbase. This guy says it's already been 7 weeks, and all they keep saying is, we will provide additional updates as they are available. We anticipate development work for BSV withdrawals, and we'll take a look at it soon. And he says, you've been doing this over and over. I understand the frustration. They responded back. There's nothing we can do. And then they just say the same thing again. We will provide additional updates when they are available, right? So, yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, they had an opportunity to sell it at a high of $200, and now it's around, I don't know what it is today. Yeah, $86. And they could have sold it for all the way up to, $100. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Moving on, let's talk about Tron and what's happening with BitTorrent. So it looks like BitTorrent is now going to be launching their own token, the BTT, based on the Tron protocol. The token can be exchanged between users to optimize their network speed and attain faster downloads. What are you going to do, guys? We have another token in the ecosystem. More tokens. Tokens on tokens on tokens. BitTorrent's first full-fledged move to begin tokenizing its content sharing ecosystem, which reportedly serves over 100 million users, comes around 6 months after it was acquired by Tron. So how can we get this token? Is it an ICO? It says BTT will reportedly be exclusively available to non-US accounts, not surprised about that one, on crypto exchange Binance's Launchpad program, and will be distributed selectively via airdrops later this month. Yeah, so there you go. Airdrops, I guess, is going to happen. But the US, we're not allowed, obviously. First, it's for our protection, though. Okay. First created in 2004, it's currently the largest decentralized P2P network in the world, driving 22% of upstream and 3% of downstream traffic. That's pretty impressive. Also, this is really crazy, guys. So NKN is doing a token swap. They're swapping from NEP5 to ERC20. That's not good. I feel like that's not good for Neo's ecosystem. You know what I mean? But they say that they're doing it because there's more liquidity and yeah, there you go. So I'll leave that below, guys. Also, talking about these on CoinCodeCap, this is talking about GitHub commits, and it looks like apparently number 1 is Augur, which is weird, right? But number 2, Cardano, followed by Ethereum, Lisk, Tron, Skycoin, Waves, Eternity, Status, Library Credits, Loopring. You guys can have a look at this, but basically GitHub commits are just how active they're committing, stuff to the code and stuff like that. So scrolling all the way down here, oh, look at that, Bitcoin Cash, 98. So yeah, you can have a look and see where your favorite project stands, basically, on that. Now, check this out. So cryptocurrency-friendly online retailer Overstock, which has been accepting Bitcoin payments since 2014, has recently revealed through an announcement on its investor portal that it's going to pay a portion of its taxes using cryptocurrencies in Ohio. So according to the announcement, they're going to be using Ohio's recently launched OhioCrypto.com, a portal that allows taxpayers to pay taxes using the flagship cryptocurrency to pay its commercial activity taxes in Ohio. So the move will make Overstock the first business to pay its taxes in Bitcoin. Commenting on it, Patrick Byrne, the company's founder and CEO, revealed that Overstock was proud to partner with the state's government and officials to help usher in an era of trust through technology for our nation's essential financial system. So that's cool. So they're the first business to pay their taxes in crypto. That's crazy. There you go. Look at that, guys. History was made today. Woohoo. All right. Now, before we go, if that doesn't make you happy, check this out. So this 27-year-old dude was able to pay for half of his $84,000 car with Ethereum. It's awesome. I don't buy new cars. Do you guys buy new cars? I don't even own a car, actually. I used to, but I sold it because I stay home all day. But that being said, Actually, it's funny that I said that because somebody actually made a drinking game for me the other day. They said, Crypto Zombie drinking game. One, I don't know, take a shot of tequila. That being said, take a shot of Jaeger, and basically take a shot of vodka. I know, I do say that a lot in the video, and it's funny, you know, like, when you actually start, like, when I started making YouTube videos, you see yourself on camera and you realize, wow, I have a certain way of talking, a certain way of speaking, and you realize these really bad habits you picked up, you know, growing up. For example, I say, you know, basically. So pretty funny. If you guys want to play a drinking game, there you go. But I warn you, I'm not responsible for the consequences. Now, before we go, Coin Codex is doing a giveaway. They're giving away 3 Ledger Nano S's. Now, they actually reached out to me about this. This isn't like promoted or anything like that. It's just who's your favorite crypto YouTuber. So I'm just letting you guys know, you don't have to vote for me. You can vote for somebody else, okay? But just remember the guy that told you about the opportunity, okay? So if you want, you can win a Ledger Nano S over here. Yeah, so I'll drop that link below. You know, if you want to vote for me, you can. You don't have to, but you can win a Ledger. There's only 1,000 people that entered so far, and they're giving 3 away, so pretty good odds. Also, you know, Ledger's still doing their 30% giveaway, too, if you guys just want to buy one. You know, link in the description below. This drinking game is hilarious. I don't know, that being said, basically. Now, I'm going to be so subconscious of this every time I make a video. But anyway, guys, that being said, I want to say thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Everyone that's been liking, subscribing, commenting, you guys freaking rule. It is Friday. Get your weekend on. Let's do it. Are we due for the weekend dip that we usually get? Possibly, could happen. We've had some low volume, so we'll have to see. We are definitely tightening up. I mean, it's to the point now where you're just looking at this chart and you're just like, when is it just gonna like pop off, right? Is it gonna go down? Is it gonna go up? I personally, short term, don't give a crap. I don't care if Bitcoin goes to 1,500. I will buy more short term. I'm very excited for 2019. May is going to mark 1 year to the halvening, and usually, statistically, we tend to see a run-up until then. So, to be honest with you, between now and May, I don't really care what happens. I'm accumulating. So, that's my stance. Thank you for coming back to the channel. You freaking rule. It's the weekend. Get out there. Enjoy yourself. Have some fun with friends and family. Put the, you know, portfolio down for a couple minutes. You know, just forget about crypto if you can. But if you don't, I'll be here making videos as usual because, you know, I freaking love you guys and you're amazing. That being said, my name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. Please don't play that drinking game. You will get so drunk. And peace out till next time.